one more handle, which is very useful. It's the handle lassen. 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 L-A-S-S-E-N. Lassen comes from the French laisser, like in laisser-faire, to let do. Lassen. Lassen Sie mich arbeiten would be let me work. Let me. Lassen can also be used and as a very important handle, and that is whenever you want to have something done or to get something done, you lassen, you let somebody do it. For instance, to repair would be reparieren. It's another word that comes from French. Reparieren, to repair. So I'm going to repair it, I'm going to fix it would be
Ich repare.
I'm going to.
Ich werde
Right.
es reparieren.
Reparieren. So that would be I'm going or I will repair it. Yes. But I will get it repaired. I will have it repaired. I will get it fixed. You will let somebody do it. You will let somebody repair it. Ich werde es reparieren lassen. You just add the lassen. Ich werde es reparieren lassen. I will get it fixed. How would you say, I have to get it fixed? I have to.
Ich muss
Es
reparieren.
Reparieren.
Reparieren lassen. Lassen?
Right.
Lassen.
Muss is a handle. Yes, you have now two infinitives. Ich muss es reparieren lassen. Mhm. To wash is
Waschen.
waschen. I will get it washed.
Ich werde
Mhm.
es waschen lassen.
Right. Ich werde es waschen lassen. The word for clean is rein. Spelled R-E-I-N. Yes. Like a clean Rhine. The Rhine River is not very clean. But yes. Of course, the Rhine River is spelled with R-H-E-I-N. Yes. But Rhein, R-E-I-N, means clean. Es ist rein. Another word for clean is sauber. S-A-U-B-E-R, sauber. Es ist sehr sauber. Es ist sehr rein. And to clean is reinigen. Reinigen. So, will you clean it would be, start with will you.
Wollen Sie bitte es reinigen?
Right. Wollen Sie es bitte reinigen? Right. Will you have it cleaned or will you get it cleaned?
Wollen Sie
es
reinigen lassen, bitte?
Right. Wollen Sie es reinigen lassen, bitte? So, I have to get it cleaned would be ich
muss. Ich muss es reinigen.
That is, I must or I have to clean it. How would you say, I have to get it cleaned.
Ich muss es reinigen lassen.
Right. Ich muss es reinigen lassen. What is to go?
Gehen.
Gehen. If you want to say away, like to go away in German is the Y of away is a G, so you just have weg. W-E-G. Weg is away. The same word as a noun, in which case in spelling all nouns in German are capitalized. W with a capital W, E-G, but that would pronounced Weg. The Weg would be the way, only used for addresses. But away is weg. Let's take to go away would be weggehen. Weggehen is spelled in one word. To away go, weggehen. So I will go away soon.
Ich werde
Bald.
Ich werde bald weggehen.
Right. Ich werde bald weggehen. So weggehen in one word. But I wouldn't go away without you. But
Aber
I would not go away.
würde.
Würde, yes.
Würde.
Ich würde.
Aber ich würde nicht.
Ohne sie.
Ohne sie.
Without you is ohne sie.
Ohne
Ohne
sie.
spelled O-H-N-E. Ohne sie.
Ohne sie.
Go away.
Weggehen.
Right. Aber ich würde nicht ohne sie weggehen. To go out. Out is aus. The T of out is aus, spelled A-U-S. So to go out would be
Gehen aus.
ausgehen.
Ausgehen.
Ausgehen, in one word, spelled in one word. So I want to go out tonight would be Ich
will
heute Abend
ausgehen.
Right. Ich will heute Abend ausgehen. We would like to go out tonight. Wir
möchten.
Right, wir möchten heute Abend
ausgehen.
So once more, we would like to go out tonight. Wir möchten heute Abend weggehen. Weggehen would be to go away.
Ausgehen.
Wir möchten heute Abend ausgehen. So, ausgehen, to go out. Yes. The outgoing would be Ausgang. Der Gang is the going. Der Ausgang, the outgoing, that means the exit. You will see signs, Ausgang, the outgoing, the exit. And the entrance would be the ingoing, which would be Eingang. The Eingang, the ingoing, that's the entrance, where you go in. Ausgang, where you go out. The Ausgang. So again, exit would be
Ausgang.
And entrance?
Eingang.
That would be the entrance and the exit when you're for walking, where you go in or you go out. When you're not walking, then to go is fahren. I told you, like in farewell, fahren. You will see on the Autobahn, if you fahren, when they fahren auf der Autobahn, you will see signs like Ausfahrt would be the outgoing in driving, the exit. The exit of the Autobahn is Ausfahrt. If you want to get into the Autobahn, you will find the sign Einfahrt, the ingoing Einfahrt. To take off in traveling and going, off is up. Abfahrt would be departure. Abfahren is to depart or to part or to leave. Abfahren. Wegfahren, to go away. Traveling away. Wegfahren. And you can also say fortfahren, far away, to take off. Durchfahren. Durch, D-U-R-C-H, is through. To go through, durchfahren. Durchgehen, to walk through. Da durchgehen, to walk through there. These are used as prefixes. Prefix meaning what is in front of a verb. Weg, ein, aus, durch, and so on. We have two types of prefixes in German, those syllables before the verb. We have those that are detachable, meaning they come off, and we have others that do not come off, that are not detachable. Let's take, for instance, to understand is
Verstehen.
verstehen. We have a prefix ver here, but it is glued on. It does not come off. I understand would be ich
verstehe.
Ich verstehe. Yes. But if you want to say to go away would be weggehen. Weg is detachable. That means in the present tense it will come off like in English. You will say I'm going away. You will not say I am away going. So away comes off. As a verb it is spelled in one word. Yes? Weggehen, wegfahren. After any handle, of course you use the whole verb. Ich werde wegfahren, ich kann wegfahren, ich muss wegfahren, ich will wegfahren. Können Sie wegfahren? But if you want to say, I'm going away, it comes off, ich fahre weg. The question is, which prefixes are detachable and which are not? The answer is very simple. Whenever you put a stress on the prefix, under stress, it breaks off. You say weggehen. You don't say weggehen, but weggehen, ich gehe weg. Ausgehen, to go out tonight, ich gehe aus. So under stress, it breaks off. If there's no stress on it, it doesn't come off. To understand is verstehen, not verstehen, but verstehen. Let's take Auf Wiedersehen. Wieder, spelled W-I-E-D-E-R, means again. You can use it just by itself, yes? Ich werde es wieder tun. I'm going to do it again. Nie wieder, nie, N-I-E means never. Nie or niemals. Nie wieder would be never again. Nie wieder. Ich werde es nie wieder tun. I will never again do it. Yes, ich werde es tun. Nie wieder. So, holen H-O-L-E-N means actually to fetch, to get. You can also say abholen, to take, to go get it. Ich werde es abholen. I will fetch it. Ich werde es holen or abholen. Would abholen, would the up be detachable or not?
Yes.
Ich hole es ab. Yes. You can also say, ich werde Sie abholen. Would be, I'm going to fetch you, meaning I'm going to call for you. Wiederholen would be to fetch again. Detachable or not?
Yes.
Yes. But you also have in German a word, not wiederholen, but wiederholen. Detachable or not? No. Wiederholen means to repeat. Wiederholen would be to fetch again. But wiederholen, to repeat. I repeat would be ich.
Ich wiederhole.
You made it detachable if you say wiederhole. Wieder,
Ich
if it is not detachable, you will not push on it.
Right. Ich wiederhole.
Right. Ich wiederhole. So actually, ich wiederhole does not exist. Because you push on it and it comes off, and it would be ich hole es wieder. I'm fetching it again. Kommen is to come. Bekommen is to get. So I'm getting it would be...
Ich bekomme.
Right.
Es.
Ich bekomme es. So bekommen. Ankommen is to arrive. I'm arriving would be...
Ich ankomme.
I didn't say ankommen.
Ah.
No. I said to arrive is ankommen.
Ankommen. Ich
Ankommen.
ankomme.
Hmm?
Ich ankomme.
Again, I repeat that if you put a stress on the prefix, and the stress, when you push down on it, it breaks off, it comes off. It's only on the prefix when you don't put the stress on, where it doesn't come off.
Right.
Bekommen, I didn't say bekommen, but bekommen, to get. I get, say it again, is ich, I get it.
Ich bekomme.
Ich bekomme es. But to arrive is not ankommen, but ankommen. Ankommen, I'm arriving would be...
Ich komme an.
Right. Ich komme an.
An.
Ich komme an.
An.
Ich komme morgen an. I arrive or I am arriving tomorrow. Of course, you use the present tense also for the future. Tomorrow morning would be morgen früh. Because morning is also morgen. You will not say morgen morgen. You can say heute Morgen or heute früh. Früh, spelled F-R-U umlaut H, actually means early. So morgen früh would be tomorrow early. Well, tomorrow early, that means tomorrow morning. Morgen früh. And to go out would be
Ausgehen.
ausgehen. So I'm going out would be ich
gehe aus.
Right.
Ja.
Ich gehe aus. Right. Ich gehe aus heute Abend. Ich gehe heute Abend aus. Separate. So, morgen früh is tomorrow early. You can also say morgen Vormittag. Mittag is midday or noon. Vor means before, spelled V-O-R. So Vormittag is before noon.
Ja.
Morgen Vormittag is tomorrow morning. Or morgen früh, tomorrow early in the morning. I gave you the word for I'm going, or we are going to Frankfurt. We are going is wir
gehen.
that would be walking, that would be a long walk.
Wir fahren.
Wir fahren.
Wir fahren.
Yes. Wir fahren to or towards is
Nach.
right.
Nach
Wir fahren nach
Frankfurt.
Frankfurt. Nach has another meaning. Nach also means after. Like afternoon would be
Nachmittag.
Nachmittag. So this afternoon would be in German today afternoon.
Heute Nachmittag.
Heute Nachmittag. Tomorrow afternoon.
Morgen Nachmittag.
Morgen Nachmittag. The day after tomorrow in German is over tomorrow. Over is über. Über. The V of over. Über. U umlaut. B-E-R. Über. So.
Übermorgen.
So, übermorgen means the day after tomorrow. Übermorgen. But otherwise, über. Über means over. So you can überfahren jemanden. You can drive over somebody or something. Überfahren. But you will find words where über, where the stress will be on über. To go there would be
Dort.
dort or dort.
Dorthin.
Dorthin.
The hin
Dorthin.
gives you a movement, a direction. So you can say, for instance, I want to go there. Ich will dorthin gehen. I want there to. Yes, I want to go there to. Dorthin. You can also say, I want to go there. Ich will hingehen. Hin is a prefix. Is hingehen. You can also say, ich will dort hingehen. I want to go there, meaning there. And the hin becomes a prefix to gehen. Ich werde hinfahren. I will go there and travel. So I'm going there would be ich either walking or traveling.
Ik gehe hin.
Ich gehe hin. Or ich
Fahre hin.
Ich fahre hin. So hin is towards there. The opposite direction of hin is her, towards here. At some point you told me, come here. You remember? Come.
Kommen Sie hier.
Kommen Sie. And I
Her.
corrected you. You said kommen Sie hier. And I said, no, not kommen Sie hier, but kommen Sie towards here, which is
Her.
her. You remember now?
Yeah.
Kommen Sie her. Kommen Sie her. You can say, kommen Sie hierher. Come towards here, but
Here.
an emphasis on here. You can say, kommen Sie hierher. Hierher. Or just kommen Sie her. So, hin gives you a movement, a motor movement, hin. And her, the opposite, towards here. These two movements are very important because it moves verbs, especially the her. The her can be shortened, and you can say, for instance, herein would be towards here, in. Let's take hereinkommen. would be to come right in. So wollen Sie hereinkommen? Just will you come in here? Heraus would be
To go out.
Out. But with that movement, there's a difference between ausgehen, to go out. But rausgehen would be to go outside. Ich werde rausgehen. Yes, raus. Heraus. You can shorten it to just the R. Raus. That R hooked on to aus or ein or über or unter. Unter is under. Gives you the movement. Without the R, no movement. There's a difference between, again, ausgehen, to go out. I will go out. We will go out tonight. Or rausgehen, to go outside. In common use now, you use just the R. So much so that you can use the prefixes by themselves in German. Instead of saying, gehen Sie raus, go out, or get out, you can just say, raus. So, on top of it would be, da, there on is rauf. Auf is on, and rauf is on top. Rauf, rauf, darauf, there, rauf. We had über before, over, yes? Get over there would be just rüber. Rüber. To put is legen. Legen. Actually to lay. To put. To put so that it will wind up in the lying position. Liegen. Liegen is to lie. Legen, to put. In German you can also say for to put stellen if one winds up in a standing position. Stellen and stehen, to stand. So to put a lamp someplace, that would be stellen. Stellen Sie die Lampe hierher. Otherwise, legen. Anlegen would be to put on. Einlegen is just to put it in. Einlegen is to put something in. But reinlegen is to put it inside it could be inside a drawer. Wollen Sie es da reinlegen? Now the R gives you the push, the movement. Reinlegen. Wollen Sie es da rauflegen? Will you put it on top of it? Wollen Sie es da rauflegen? And all these are now detachable prefixes. Yes, rauflegen. Wollen Sie es to take is nehmen. Nehmen, N-E-H-M-E-N. Wollen Sie es rausnehmen? Is will you take it out? There's the push out of the drawer, out of a place. Rausnehmen. Wollen Sie es da rüberlegen? Will you put it on top, over it? Rauflegen on top. Rüber, over it. Wollen Sie es da runterlegen? Will you put it underneath, runter? Unter is under. Unterm Tisch. Under the table. Wollen Sie es da runterlegen? The R gives you the push. Runter. So we have rüberlegen. And I'm putting it
Over.
over. Would be ich. The verb is rüberlegen. So ich
Ich lege es rüber.
rüber. Ich lege es rüber. Now you have überlegen. Now we just had rüberlegen, and now I'm giving you überlegen. Überlegen is to put it over in one's mind, meaning to think it over. So, ich werde es mir überlegen. I will put it over to myself, to me. Ich werde es mir überlegen. Would be, I'll think it over. I'll think it over. If you want to say, I'm thinking it over, would be,
Ich überlege.
ich überlege es mir.
Ich überlege es mir.
I'm putting it over to me. Yes, I'm thinking it over. Ich überlege es. It does not break off. But rüberlegen would be, now the R gives you the movement. Rüberlegen means to
Place over.
yes, to put it, to place it over. So, rüberkommen would be
To come over
right.
the top of.
Right, exactly. Yes. Wollen Sie rüberkommen? Would be, will you come over here? Yes. Wollen Sie rüberkommen? Just, will you come over? And if one is on upstairs and one is downstairs, and say, wollen Sie runterkommen? Kommen Sie runter. Kommen Sie runter. Kommen Sie rüber. Kommen Sie rüber. Come over here. Kommen Sie rüber. The R gives you the movement. Kommen Sie rüber. Come over. Kommen Sie runter. The verb ziehen. Ziehen, spelled Z or Z, I-E, which makes it ziehen, H-E-N. So Z, Z, I-E-H-E-N. Ziehen, which means to pull. Der Zug would be the pulling. Actually, the Zug means the train. It pulls. Yes. The Zug. So ziehen, to pull. Anziehen is to pull on, which means actually to dress. Ich werde es anziehen. Anziehen. But I'm going to get dressed would be I'm going to pull myself on. Ich werde mich anziehen. Der Anzug would be the whole pulling on, which means the suit. Der Anzug. So I'm getting dressed would be I'm pulling myself on.
Ich ziehe.
Yes.
Ich ziehe mich an.
Right. Ich ziehe mich an. Ich muss mich anziehen. Mich anziehen. Ich ziehe mich an. So, he's getting dressed would be he is pulling himself on. Zieht. Sich. S-I-C-H. Er zieht sich an. Er zieht sich an. To pull out would be
Aufsehen.
Ausziehen.
Ausziehen.
Right. So ausziehen could mean also to move out of a place or out of flat, apartment, would be ausziehen. Ja, ich werde hier ausziehen. I will pull out, meaning I will move out. The pulling out would be der Auszug.
Zug. Auszug.
So Zug is the pulling. Der Zug means the train. The pulling out is the Auszug. The pulling in would be der Einzug. The Auszug also means Exodus. Der Auszug. Der Auszug aus Ägypten. The Exodus out aus Ägypten. Umziehen. Is around, actually. Umziehen would be to change one's place. Ich ziehe Wir werden umziehen would be we will move to another place. Der Umzug would be the whole process of moving to another place. Durchziehen would be to pull through. Der Durchzug is the moving through or pulling through. Schließen is to lock. Schließen, spelled S-C-H-L-I-E-S-S-E-N. Schließen. Der Schlüssel means the key. The key that locks. So, mit dem Schlüssel schließen is to lock with the key. Zu, as a prefix, means closing, to make it to. Zuschließen would be to lock up. To lock it firm. Zuschließen. To lock it up. Die Tür schließen would be just to close the door. But die Tür zuschließen is to lock the door. You can also say zumachen. Die Tür zumachen. Machen is to make. And zumachen is to make closed. Also to close. Zumachen. If zumachen is to close, what would be die Tür aufmachen?
To open?
Right. To open the door. Aufmachen. So, the window is das Fenster. I'm opening the window would be I make it open. Ich
ausmachen.
No, aufmachen is to open, but remember that these are detachable prefixes because I didn't say aufmachen, but aufmachen. So I'm opening would be
Ich mache.
Ich mache das Fenster
aus.
Right. Ich mache das Fenster auf. Of course, you can avoid it if you say, ich werde das Fenster aufmachen. If you use a handle, then you use the whole verb, aufmachen. But the present tense, it comes off. Ich mache das Fenster auf. Yes. I'm closing the door. I'm making the door closed.
Ich mache
Die
Tür
zu.
zu.
Ich mache die Tür
Ich mache die Tür zu.
So, schließen, to lock. Schloss, das Schloss means the castle.
Schloss.
But das Schloss also means the lock. It was the fortress, castle. Das Schloss. I will lock it in would be, ich werde es
Einschließen.
Ich schließe es ein. Ich werde es einschließen. Or ich werde es da reinschließen. Now that gives it the movement of, I will lock it inside. Yes, I will put it inside. Da rein schließen. To lock it open, to unlock it would be, ich werde es
aufschließen.
Right, ich werde es aufschließen. Locked would be geschlossen. 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 Yes. The door is locked. Die Tür ist
Die Tür ist geschlossen.
geschlossen. Like Schloss, but geschlossen.
Geschlossen.
Die Tür ist geschlossen. The store is locked. Das Geschäft. Beschäftigt ist busy. Das Geschäft ist the store. The store is locked. Das Geschäft ist
geschlossen.
Geschlossen. Everything is locked. Today.
Alles ist
heute.
Alles ist heute geschlossen.
Alles ist heute geschlossen. Yes.
Geschlossen.
He is locked in would be ist in eingeschlossen. Er ist eingeschlossen. To catch is fangen. But to start, to begin, is anfangen. To catch on. Anfangen. So we will start soon would be
Wir werden
bald
anfangen.
Anfangen. Right. Wir werden bald anfangen. Yes. Or we are starting soon would be
Wir fangen bald ein.
Wir fangen bald
rein? No, ein.
Not ein, but an.
An.
So when are you starting would be wann?
Wann fangen Sie an?
Right. Wann fangen Sie an? When do we start?
Wann fangen wir an?
Right. Wann fangen wir an? You remember to call? To call is roof, from the roof.
Rufen?
Rufen, yes, is to call. But to call on the phone is anrufen. Right, yes. So, will you call me later would be?
Wollen Sie
mich late is later.
Später anrufen.
Anrufen, right. Once more. Wollen Sie mich
später anrufen?
Anrufen. I'm going to call you later.
Ich rufe Sie später an.
Right. Ich rufe Sie später an. Ich rufe Sie später an is correct. You just said, I'm calling you later. It's correct German. Of course, you can also say, I'm going to call you later.
Ich werde Sie später anrufen.
Right. Ich werde Sie später anrufen. How would you say, I'm calling you later in order to ask you if you can come with us tonight. I'm calling you later would be
Ich rufe Sie später
on the phone.
An.
Right. Ich rufe Sie später an. Now, whenever to in English implies in order to, whether you use in order to or just to. Yes, I'm calling you later to ask you. To ask you in English implies here in order to ask you. In German, you would have to use zu. And zu with the verb. To ask is fragen. So in order to ask you would be Sie zu fragen. So, ich rufe Sie später an, Sie zu fragen. For the purpose of asking you. In order to ask you. Or just to ask you if the to in English implies in order to, you use Sie zu fragen. Sie zu fragen if you can come with us tonight.
Sie zu fragen.
If?
Ob.
Right. Ob you can come with us tonight. Ob is a while situation. Ob
Sie mit uns
tonight,
heute Abend kommen können.
Right. Ob Sie mit uns heute Abend kommen können. Right. I'm going to see you. Would be.
Ich werde Sie sehen.
Right. Ich werde Sie sehen. To hope, that is now in the B string, B, P, PH, V, F. To hope is hoffen.
Hoffen.
Hoffen. Mr. Hoffman is the hope man, Hoffman. To hope, hoffen. I hope.
Ich hoffe.
Now, in English you can say, I hope I can do it. I hope I can do it. Actually, what is implied in English is, I hope that I can do it. But you don't need to throw in the that. You can just say, I hope I can do it. But in correct German, whenever that is implied in English, you will use das. Das, in that case here, is spelled D-A-S-S. Das. And that type of das is a while situation. So I hope I can do it would be, ich hoffe,
dass
I can do it.
ich es tun kann.
Right. Ich hoffe, dass ich es tun kann. I hope he will arrive tomorrow would be, ich
hoffe, dass
he will arrive tomorrow. You remember to arrive?
Ankommen.
Ankommen. So, ich hoffe, dass er will arrive tomorrow.
Morgen ankommen wird.
Right. Ich hoffe, dass er morgen ankommen wird. To think is denken. Yes, the TH of think is a D, denken. So I think would be ich
denke.
Ich denke. Then we have to believe is glauben. Glauben spelled G-L-A-U-B-E-N. Glauben. How does glauben, to believe, fit in here? It does. It does because glauben is used very much not only for believing but also for thinking. So if you want to say, I think he's going to be here soon, you will very often, more often than saying ich denke, you will say ich glaube. I believe. I believe that he is going to be here soon. Which would be?
Ich glaube, dass
soon.
Bald hier sein wird.
Right. Ich glaube, dass bald hier sein wird. And I hope that you can come with us.
Ich hoffe,
that you can come with us.
Dass Sie
tonight. Dass Sie
heute kommen.
Tonight.
Heute Abend
mit
uns kommen können.
Gut. Right. Ich hoffe, dass Sie heute Abend mit uns kommen können. The word for easy in German is light. If it is light, it's easy. Light, yes, which is in G string, in German is leicht. L-E-I-C-H-T instead of G-H, C-H. Leicht. Leicht.
Leicht.
So leicht actually means light, also in weight. What is light in weight is easy. Es ist sehr leicht. And heavy in German is schwer. Schwer spelled S-C-H-W-E-R. Schwer is heavy. Of course, what is very heavy is very difficult. Schwer is heavy and difficult. Es ist sehr schwer. So, it is very easy would be.
Es ist sehr leicht.
Leicht, yes. Es ist sehr leicht. It is very interesting would be. You remember interesting?
Es ist sehr interessant.
Sehr interessant. Es ist sehr interessant. A word that is useful is bequem. Bequem means comfortable. Es ist sehr bequem hier. It is very comfortable here. Bequem. 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 Es ist sehr bequem. And if you want to talk about somebody and say that he is very nice, or she is very nice, well, nice would be nett, very neat. Ist sehr nett. Sie ist sehr nett. Sehr nett. N-E-T-T. But more often you use very much a word for which there is no exact equivalent in English, and that is sympathisch. Sehr sympathisch, which is not an English word, because there is no English word for it, but used very much, sympathisch. Again, taken over from French, sympathique. Sehr sympathisch. But there's one word for which is very German. It's actually beautiful word or beautiful description. And that is the word gemütlich. Gemütlich. It has something to do with mood. Gemütlich has mood, but not müde. Müde is tired. But gemütlich for the T means es ist sehr gemütlich. It's sehr gemütlich here, meaning it is very comfortable and it has a beautiful ambiance. That feeling of a nice ambiance, a nice and beautiful and comfortable ambiance, the whole mood of the place makes it sehr gemütlich. It's a very German word, a very German feeling, a very German atmosphere, which is comfortable and nice and conducive in a nice Gemütlichkeit surrounding of ambiance. Die Gemütlichkeit. So and everything with height and kite and ung is always die, which reminds me of Mark Twain. I don't know whether I should tell you that. Who had something to say about the German language, funny language, because they have 3 genders, masculine, feminine, and neuter, der, die, and das. And imagine that the child in German, child is Kind, K-I-N-D. You're wondering if it is der or die Kind. Is the child masculine or feminine? Oh no, das Kind, das is neuter. So the child is neuter. Okay, fine. But then you have the girl. Now, certainly you would think that the girl is feminine. Oh, yeah, but not in German. Mädchen is das Mädchen, is neuter. But das Mädchen grows up and becomes a Fräulein, a young lady. Now you would say, finally, she made it. Fräulein? Das Fräulein. Neuter. Das Fräulein. But then she becomes a woman. Finally she made it. Die Frau. Now it's feminine. Die Frau is feminine. Das Fräulein is neuter, but die Frau is feminine. But then she gets married and becomes das Weib. Back to neuter. That's Mark Twain. Actually, we have masculine, feminine, and neuter, but it has nothing to do with masculinity or femininity. It has nothing to do with sex, but it is determined by endings. The army in German is die Armee or die Wehrmacht, which is feminine. Polizei, the police, die Polizei, feminine. All words ending in chen or line actually gives a diminutive expression to any noun, and it's always das. Das Tischchen. Der Tisch is the table. Das Tischchen is the little table. Der Mann. But Männlein. Das Männlein. The little man. Or das Männchen. Lein or Chen. Not to be confused with Mensch. Der Mensch is the human being. Girl is Mädchen, which started as Magd. Die Magd is the maid, die Magd. But the little maid became Mädchen, a girl. Die Frau is the woman, but the little woman is das Fräulein. So again, just to show you that though it is called, one calls it, and I don't know why, masculine and feminine and neuter, but usually one thinks of masculine as masculinity or feminine as femininity, and one thinks of it as definition of sex, which it has nothing to do with it. It's determined by endings. So I thought it's in a way good way to end up with Mark Twain and his thinking, but it's important just not to fill in with vocabulary. For instance, if you want to say, I want a glass of wine, in German you say, I want a glass wine. You don't say a glass of wine. Ich will, I want to have. Ich will ein
Glas Wein.
Right. Ich will ein Glas Wein haben. Or ich möchte ein Glas Wein. I would like to have a glass of red wine. Ich möchte
ein Glas Rouge.
That is fine, but you're in the wrong country. The D becomes a T and you have rot.
Rot.
So,
ein Glas Wein rot.
Well, let's make it Rotwein.
Rotwein.
Red wine. Yes. Ich möchte ein Glas Rotwein. How would you say? I must have a glass of white wine.
Ich muss ein Glas Weißwein haben.
Right. Ich muss ein Glas Weißwein haben. Yes.
If I want to ask a question.
Yes.
How do I say excuse me?
Entschuldigen Sie bitte.
Entschuldigen Sie bitte.
Entschuldigen Sie bitte. Or you can also say Verzeihung. Verzeihung.
Verzeihung.
Verzeihung. Entschuldigen, it's interesting. Entschuldigen Sie is disculp yourself. Because Schuld is to be guilty. Schuld haben. Which is used a lot in German. Es ist nicht meine Schuld. It is not my guilt. Ich habe keine Schuld. I have no guilt. Es ist nicht meine Schuld. It's not my fault. In English you would rather say I didn't mean it. So, but entschuldig, and is this. So, this guilt or disculpate. Entschuldigen Sie bitte would be excuse, please. Darf ich Sie fragen? May I ask you? Darf ich? You have the may I. Where I can find, wo ich es finden kann. To use the while situation here. Darf ich Sie fragen, wo ich es finden kann? So, entschuldigen Sie bitte. Okay?
Thank you very much indeed.
Danke, Michel.
Congratulations. You have just finished an introduction, a very exciting introduction to a language. It gives you practical and functional use of the language in such a short period of time, in a matter of hours, and not weeks or months or years. And it also gave you enough very useful vocabulary, and more than that, an understanding of language, an understanding of how to formulate not only your own thoughts and express yourself, not in memorized sentences, but also give you a sense of vocabulary, a sense of making a distinction between the richness of the English language that consists of Germanic, Anglo-Saxon, and French, Spanish, Italian, and to know and to have discovered how you can guess what in English is of Anglo-Saxon origin and what is of French and Latin origin, which gives you a vocabulary of thousands of words. There should be no problem for you to express yourself and to experience the excitement of being able to express yourself in another language, and in the use of the language in conversation and also reading, to see how you can enlarge your vocabulary and get more and more excited about it. I hope that it will have given you great excitement in the experience of learning that can be applied not only to language learning, but to all learning. And I want to share that with you because it gives me excitement. Thank you.